Hey, it's Professor Josh. Welcome back for another video. Today I have another charity box from the PoppinDuo, including some possibility of some autos and grails, and also some barely available, I haven't unboxed yet, that have been hidden away from barely, I believe, some artist proof and some chance at some chases. So you need to stick around and find out what we all pull. Alright, yes, again, I have some barely available that has been sitting and not unboxed, and I feel really weird because it's been a long time for it. I actually have a couple barely available. If you haven't checked out Barely before, very cool company. I have several of them kind of around the room. I usually keep them out unless they're the artist proof, and then I don't keep them out. And sometimes I do pick up the artist proof from them directly, but we have a couple to unbox, and this one right here is one of those that I need to unbox that I have one of, but I believe this one is a little different. Alright, so this here is the Krang barely available. I actually have one of these actually unboxed already, because this one is a very special one because it's the artist proof. It's only a 5 of 10 of the artist proof that ever existed. So I was able to pick this up when they dropped them on the Barely website. And if you're wondering what this one looks like, out of box, I have one sitting right over here. So this is a really cool Krang looking barely available that from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Did a good job with this one. I'll leave this one boxed up since it is the artist proof. I knew I probably had an artist proof at least in here, but I really like how this one's done. Too bad these aren't numbered all on the bottom, but limited to only 100 total available, and then course 10 of the artist proof, which is really cool to be able to pick one of those up. I believe this might be another, what is this one? Is this another artist proof? Maybe. But definitely I think Vince would like that style, like from the PoppinDuo. This might be two things. So this 2 artist proofs, or this just 2 ones I have ordered? I don't know. Oh, this is 2 other APs. Oh man, I forgot I had these. So I have 2 other artist proof I was able to pick up. Sometimes I catch them on their drop. This one is limited to 125. This one is a similar looking Krang here. I probably won't unbox him right now because he's very similar, just pink with the green instead of the blue. So if you see the difference, they were different in number, but this one is 8 of 10, which is really cool. Signed, artist proof, all that on there. I believe on the figure itself too. And then along with that, I was able to, the Barrelator, I do have this one as well too, out of box. This is the glow in the dark one, I believe, if I'm right. This is limited to 100 as well, and glow in the dark. This one was glow in the dark. Yeah, this one's glow in the dark as well, the blue. That's why I have him over in the blue side. Maybe I'll show him off, but Barrelator as well too, instead of Skeletor. AP, again, number 4 of 10. So, yes, I was able to pick up some APs, really cool pieces. We'll check this one out. We'll check this one out because I don't have that one to show you directly. Other one very similar, just a different colorway. But this one should be just boxed up pretty easy here. Definitely a cool one. And yeah, on the bottom it is signed and everything labeled as AP. He's a really cool figure. So nice to have a couple of the APs in the collection. Growing my barely available, my barelies to a little bigger size of APs. So I have a few of the APs from other sets. I like that. So I'm able to get some of those. I do have, I think this one was from a Plastic Empire drop. Probably one of the like, cons with Barely. I know, I haven't unboxed these for a while, it seems like. If you haven't checked out Barely available, do some cool ones. They usually work with Plastic Empire a lot of times for drops, especially for con-related drops, maybe at their booth or online afterwards. I believe this one might have a chance at a chase. But we'll see if there's 2 in here. So if there's 2 in here, we do have a chance at a chase. Maybe. Or maybe not. Oh, maybe this isn't. This isn't barely available. Maybe this is something else. Oh, this is a chomp. This is a handmade by robot chomp. I thought this was another barely, but it's not. It actually is a chomp that I picked up that was limited to 240 pieces. It's a scented candy corn chomp. And it smells, I don't know. Does it smell like candy corn? Yeah, it smells interesting. Yeah, it's scented. Candy corn chomp, limited to 240 pieces. Pretty cool little handmade by robot chomp. So cool collaboration with them. For some reason, I thought it was another barely that had a chase. I probably have some somewhere else as well too, but cool to add another chomp to the collection. But a chomp handmade by robot, cool mixture. If you haven't checked out handmade by robots, I think I have a couple back here. Like the mystery machine is back here, and then of course chomps that you've seen before. I have a couple spread out through here as well too. But cool the collaborations. I love to see collaborations between other designer toy creators and things like that. So fun one with that. Now I know you've been all waiting for a mystery box. Hopefully you enjoyed some of the extra unboxing. Like I said, I like the different things. We do Thrill Joy on this channel. Used to do Funko Soda all the time. We'll do mystery boxes. We do other designer toys. Collect things we like. That's the big thing. All right, so we have a PoppinDuo mystery box here. This was from their charity auction to raise funds for Ronald McDonald's House. I think they raised about $14,000. Don't quote me on that for sure, but I think Vince said something around that. I'm sure they'll do like a giant check with them and show a picture when they go there. So this one was $75 box, but guaranteed value of $100 at least. 102 it says, but $100 at least. 50% chance at actually pulling also a autograph. So it'd be cool to pull an autograph, maybe an autograph we don't have. Like, I have a lot of fluffy autographs, so I don't know if that's part of them. I don't know what other autographs. I don't remember all the autographs that were in the photo. Definitely have to check them out. But Grails are autographs, but still $75 and you get $100 at least back in value, plus it's for a great cause. So all those kind of things are great. Let's see if everything's in protectors. I don't know if I can get into this without pulling it out. Maybe I'll have to kind of pull it out and see if I can. All right, I'm not looking at it. I flipped it over so I can get where the tape seam is. All right. Is everything in protectors? No, this one's not. All right, we'll start with this one. Not in a protector. Our first one out of the box is Sam from Trick or Treat. So this is a Spirit Halloween exclusive. This is Sam with the little, isn't it like candy razor blade? Like it looks like a, like you can see it on here better. It doesn't look as good in his hand. But on the side here, you can definitely see it a little better. It's like a little piece of candy razor blade in it. Cool one. Probably not, huge in value. Maybe what it costs, $12, $13 from Spirit Halloween. I don't think Sam have never really taken off like any of those. All right, I do have a couple protectors. Let's see. This is not a PoppinDuo protector, so I'm going with this might not be the hit. Let's go. I feel a tab, so I know it's not a PoppinDuo protector. Let's see. It is Beauty and the Beast, Mrs. Potts and Chip. That's a cute one. It's from the, I think the live action one. Is it? It's different looking, but it's cute. I don't know. Not something I would collect. I don't know if Shannon would like it or not. From the Disney line. Alright, so we should have two other ones. Alright, I'm going to save that one. Let's see. I'll save the other one because it feels like maybe a PoppinDuo protector. I don't think this one is. Let's see what it is. It is Stitch. Tourist Stitch. It's a cool one. I like it. Stitch is always fun. Was this a Funko Shop exclusive or something else? I don't remember. There's been so many Stitches that's come out in the last like 2 years at least, but a lot of different Stitches. This is a cute one. Probably still, I bet you, like being a Stitch, I bet you still has the exclusive $20 if it's not available anymore. All right, our last one, is it an autograph or is it a Grail? We'll find out Let's see if it's something need for the collection. And it is... Oh, it's the Rubik's Cube. Oh, this one has taken off in value. So a lot of people are looking for this one. I think it kind of went away after it came out, after the con, and people slept on this one. But I think a lot of people, especially if you're big in the Rubik's Cube world, I mean, there's a lot of people that are. There's a lot of different ones out there. But from what I remember, this has some decent value. Nothing crazy on it, but some decent value with it, which I was really surprised when I found one in our collection. Con sticker one, I think, has a little more. But we're going to check some value, and we'll be right back. Alright, so I calculated my value. There was some fluctuation, at least with one of them that I know that had to have been probably when they packed the box, because I remember it being a little higher as well too. But this one is coming in at $15 for Sam from Trick or Treat. Pretty normal kind of price for him. About what he costs, a little more than what he costs buying him. I was right, this is the live action Potts, Mrs. Potts and Chip from Beauty and the Beast, the live action one. Coming at $20 actually, so not too bad. It's cute looking. It looks more animated than live action though, because how are you gonna make a teapot and a cup, come to life without being kind of animated looking. So, alright, so we got Lilo and Stitch. We got our tourist Stitch here from Lilo and Stitch. This one is actually coming in at $28, so some nice value. Oh, Stitch always keeps some nice value, it feels like. And then people are always looking for them later on, especially once they kind of disappear. If it was, I can't remember if it was a Funko Shop exclusive or not, but if it was, that's probably why it eventually went off it, that type of thing. And then we have Rubik's Cube here. Now, Rubik's Cube did take a little dive, because I remember it being over $40, probably closer to $44 at one time, $45. And then the con sticker being like $65 plus, which still is, but the shared sticker now, it says $26. So it did take a little bit of dive, but I know probably when he packed them, it was like over a month ago, 2 months ago, that kind of thing, definitely was the higher value. It was just in June, it was the $44. So I remember scanning one we had in our collection to see what it was. So not too bad of a box overall. Total came to $89, so still a $75 box. Came in over value. Would have came in over the $100 mark with the Rubik's Cube if he was still at that value, like the $20 more that he was at the time of boxing. That happens with mystery boxes, happens with PPG. Also, you have to look at the sales. It was one sale, seemed to throw it off from like eBay, one sale, then the rest were $40 before that. You gotta look on eBay and see what the other sales and stuff like that are. PPG is a good starting point, I always say. But, not too bad a box. It was for charity. It was for a great cause. Really fun one. So let me know what you think your favorite was. I would say my favorite from today was probably the Rubik's Cube. I think it was a really unique one that they did. Kind of fun, different retro toys one. I liked how they did this one for a con as well too. So once it disappeared, it disappeared. It wasn't like it was still available in stores for people to buy over and over and over again. It probably took a little while for it to sell out. Well, once it disappeared from the site and the con, it was a little harder to find for those that love Rubik's Cube. Just like, pets, I feel like certain things like gravitate to people. I know some of the military ones that people wanted, once they kind of disappeared, people wanted those to give to other people, and they had to start buying them in the aftermarket, and then becomes a supply demand kind of thing going on. But lots of fun stuff in the box. Again, PoppinDuo, go check them out if you haven't done that. Some great stuff. And then also we have Pop Force 1. We're talking about SDCC, Funko Fun Days, Funko releases, limited pieces, Thrill Joy surprises. If we have a little bit of a taste of it, I think we'll get more in the next week, but a little bit of taste. I think more's coming on Friday for that. That might have to do a separate whole video on, because we won't get to talk about all those things on Pop Force 1, but it's July 9th at 9 p.m. Eastern over on my channel. We'll be hanging out, talking about all these kind of great things. So hopefully you can stop by and hang out with us, and we'll figure out what's going on coming up, some surprises, what our thoughts are, what are we looking forward to, and you know, do we like the leaks, do we not like the leaks, all that good stuff. And then what else do you need to do? You need to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, come back to see me some other time. See you everyone, bye.